you were to go out to a random person in the street and ask them to name 5 supercar companies, there's a pretty good chance that that list would start with Ferrari. And I mean, there's good reason for that. But recently, I feel like they've been in a weird place. Like, they still make pretty good cars. Like, I think that the SF90, for what it is, I don't think people quite realize how blisteringly fast it is, at least compared to even the LaFerrari. And while that's all good and dandy, I think Ferrari's having a little bit of a reckoning almost. Like, they're kind of going to hybrids mostly, but they're also still kind of doing the old V12 deal. And I think they've got a little bit of an identity crisis going on. But also, they've just kind of been doing some copy and paste BS. Like that F8 Tributo that they stopped making a year or two ago. I mean, it was basically a 488, which in and of itself was basically a 458 with turbos and some aero. Like Ferrari, I think they've lost their way. And again, I think a lot of people would agree with me on this because there's just such great competition. Like McLaren, despite their tendencies to catch on fire and maybe not always work the best, a McLaren's still a really great performance option. And same with Lamborghinis. Like Lamborghini, once they finally figured out how to build quality cars that, didn't have weird little idiosyncrasies such as not being able to see out of them. And I'm not even going to mention Bugatti, which, Bugatti's notoriety has gone up so much in the past year and a half almost, thanks to a certain bald influencer. And I think that's where Ferrari is lagging behind. Like they haven't really done anything in Formula One in the past 10, 20 years almost. And their cars, with the exception of the 458 and the LaFerrari, haven't really captured the general public. But since then, the SF90 is really the only thing where people have gone wow, that's a Ferrari, and that's something I really, really want. People want a Ferrari, but it's not like that's the car to have. And maybe I'm just being a little weird about this, but I know for a fact that if a private investigator had come along and asked third grade me what I would do for a LaFerrari or a 458, I would have been in jail.
Got him. We fucking got him.
And my point in saying that is Ferrari's latest cars just don't have it. Not that they're bad cars. I'd imagine that they're even nicer to drive than a 458 or something from that era. But I don't know. I feel like they've just lost a lot of what made them Ferrari. And again, maybe it's just because I don't kind of have the wide-eyed little kid outlook on these cars anymore. And I'm interested in a lot of different stuff, not just supercars. I don't know. Maybe I'm just jaded. But I do feel like they've lost a little bit of their magic in the past 10 years. I would like to hear what you guys think in the comments. And am I the only one?